College football picks coming right here from Joey Cassano at thewinningwagers.com. Golly, guys, I've been doing this college football thing for the past 5-6 weeks. All this preparation, studying, all these notes I've got, my scratchy left-handed handwriting. I want to say, we got the 4 days away, and we got Thursday night football. We got a few pretty good games, La Tech, Texas A&M, Vandy, South Carolina. And then on Friday night, we got a few stout games as well. NC State, Tennessee, and Michigan State, Boise State. Anyways, this is, I want to say, the 25th team. Very stout team. A lot of people probably already know about this team. They're on TV a lot. We're going to talk a little bit about the Florida St Seminoles. You got 17 total starters coming back from a year ago on a team that went 9-4. They got a starting quarterback that's a senior, which I always love, E.J. Mannuel. Last season, he completed over 65% of his passes for over 2,600 yards, 18 TDs, 8 picks. Bring back the starting running back, and Freeman rushed for almost 580 yards, 4.8 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns. Both receivers, Rashad Greene and Rodney Smith. Rashad Greene, I want to say, is the big boy. No, it's Rodney Smith, 6'6", almost 220. They each brought in over 35 catches for over 570 yards. Well, excuse me, Rodney Smith had over 560 yards, and Rashad Greene almost had 600 yards. The offensive line is massive across the board. I want to say the smallest guy is the center, Brian Stork. He's 6'4", 307. And the rest of them are 6'7", 280, 6'4", 317, 6'5", 315, 6'6", 320. Huge across the board. They'll be practicing probably against one of the best defenses in the country. Last year, Florida State only allowed 275 yards a game, less than 2.5 yards a carry on the ground, and the most they gave up was 35 against Clemson and 35 against Wake Forest, which we all know that game is a fluke. Other than that, they completely shut all teams down. They allowed, let's see here, they allowed 23 against Oklahoma, against Oklahoma. And then after that, no team scored over 20 points against them. I mean, they completely shut down Florida, Virginia, Miami. They didn't cover against Miami last year. And just like I said, I think this is overall a great team all around the board. Probably won't be too many games this team will not be favored in. However, they have a few tough ones on the road. USF, at NC State, and then later on in the season at Virginia Tech, which all 3 of those games should be a nice game. Those teams will be pumped up when Florida State comes into their comes into their stadium. And like I said, those 3 games are probably the only suspect games on the list. The rest of them, they should easily just smash those teams. Get on over to the website. That's thewinningwagers.com. Sign up for the free pick. Once you sign up for that free pick, you'll be on any kind of deal special that I'm doing for that day, weekend, week, month, whatever. Look at my past YouTube videos. I'm not saying I win every time. Love college basketball, by the way. Not saying I win every time, but you will not regret signing up for the free pick, I promise. There's no gimmick or no gimmick or hidden fee or anything like that. It's completely free. You'll get a pick in your email probably almost every other day. Probably every day during the weekend. My name's Joey Cassano. I'm from thewinningwagers.com, and that's it for all of your college football picks.